Minnesota Vikings and the Detroit Lions. Here's the punter, Sam Martin, now ready to get us started. And we are underway from Ford Field. That's fielded in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
Set, get a 20! Let's go, let's get this ball back for the offense, let's go. Hey, easy, easy! Reset! Check, 50 from Omaha, ready to move! 55 to Mike! Like 7! Back to pass.
The first carry now, this is Johnson. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
Completing it here, Marvin Jones. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First down, Lions on a pickup of 13.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Check. 40 got. Check 31.
From the gun, here's Stafford. Looking downfield for Jones. This is caught inside the 15. And he is down deep. Minnesota territory.
42 yards. That's another Detroit Lions.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on first and 10.
3 down. Check 52. Hurry. 20 hot. Check. Protein spill. Check. Hey, Red. Alert 3. Hey, Red.
Out of the gun, Stafford. Complete. It's Johnson. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Lions take it right down and score on the opening drive. Extra point good by Prater. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Cousins and the Vikings with a first and 10 at their 25-yard line. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
On second down, Cook.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments and doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And now look at him go. The 30, the 20, 10, touchdown. touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, 68 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Well, they were just hoping that run would pick up the first. They got the whole enchilada.
And I'm so used to teams on third down, doesn't matter how far they need for a first down, throwing the ball. Instead, they run it, and as you said, picked up the first down, and then some, and then some. In fact, everything, all the way for a touchdown. Terrific play.
And it's no good. He misses the extra point, and this remains a 7-6 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they get another shot here with a 1st and 10. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. A big play there for Detroit. 41 yards. Here's Stafford. He's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12.
Big 20.
Stafford. This complete to Jones. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 14. Stafford going to come up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. From the red zone now, Stafford. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
32.
2nd and 10, Stafford again. He completes it to Jones. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Stafford to Jones, enough for a Lion first down. To the air again, Stafford. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
It's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The defensive end, Danielle Hunter, drops him.
Well, that's the 2nd time he's been sacked so far in the first half, and if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
Now Stafford on 3rd and goal. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And the 13-year man puts it through. And they bump the lead up to 4 now at 10-6. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. The loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Cousins gives way to Cook. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. 10-6 the score after 1 right here on EA Sports. And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw, a free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They start the drive with Cook. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking 1st down. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd down, it's Cook. And some room to work. And all the way down to the 26. And he will finally be wrestled down at the Lions' 26. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now a run with Cook. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And they'll get him down right about the 20.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
On 3rd down, they run with Madison. But he will have the 1st down before he's tackled at the 12. They get the 1st. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one.
And the Vikings 1st down.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Check 43. Check 4. Wide.
Back to the ground on 1st down. Here's Madison. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend, as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point right down the middle, and that'll make it 17-13. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to... the 26-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super tough.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Now Stafford. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson, and able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
260.
The first down carry here for Johnson. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there. Second down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory.
Get ready. 180. Drill right. 22. 53. Ready. 80 weapons.
Stafford on 3rd down. It's caught. Jones. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Stafford on first down. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a very good return as he'll take it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. They run again on first down. Cook. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Now on 2nd and 13. Cousins setting up the screen for Cook. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
Extra point splits the uprights, and that will take us to the end of the first half of play. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
On second down now, it's Cook, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Again, it's Cook. And Cook was fighting for it, but I don't think he got there. Nothing doing on second and third down after that 9-yard gain on first.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
And maybe some indecision on getting the punt team out there, and they're going to get a delay. And that'll set them back 5.
That's it, baby. That's it.
Here's Sam Martin now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. That's taken at around the 40. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. It's a big play there for the Lions. 41 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for.
And he has his receiver. That's Jones. Lions touchdown. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass. And the Lions are going to jump back in front. Prater for the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. the touchdown. Out is Prater to kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it.
Nah, but it's because he keeps running stretch. And like in the 4-3
that's going to go as a loss.
If you don't know the right
blitzes,
that shit is like hard as hell.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one go in the wrong direction. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be a third and about 13.
Hey, we're good, we're good. 951, 950 small.
Here's Sam Martin now as he'll punt it away for the second time. Fielded at the 20. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a first down.
Waiting. Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there. Hey, fix this.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, Johnson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of one, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. The shotgun snap for Stanford. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 36. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Now Johnson. It's Everson Griffin who made the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 35 on second down, Stafford, and that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down.
57's the mic. Lock 57.
From the gun, Stafford. Complete to Jones. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
Stafford now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Stafford now to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Say hello to Eric Kendricks. He gets the sack there. Back now at Ford Field. It's the Lions holding onto the football, and they also have the lead as we start quarter number 4. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. To throw is Stafford. Caught by Jones. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Marvin Jones. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Prater on to add the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And this is Cook with a grab. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Cousins now, and that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however, and let's see what that's about. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football.
I know. I already know how to be sometimes.
Here's a quick hitch route, and the throw
I was chilling. I was on Twitter.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. They'll give him 8 on the play, and it'll make it second down. Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
That's complete to the receiver, Thielen.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. They run. Cook. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, 40 yards, as his guys are back within a single score. And let's not forget he had the receiving touchdown earlier. Now a trio of rushing touchdowns. Quite a performance.
Diversification, that's all you can talk about. His ability to do everything leaves him on the field on every down on offense, because you can hand it to him as we've seen. But you say 3 rushing touchdowns, and of course throw it to him where he's caught 1 as well.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Back to throw, Stafford. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him up to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
He'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a first down. Just week one, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Faking the give to Johnson. Now it's Stafford. And look at this. They get the turnover they need. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Hey, Steamer. Kill. Hey, Haywood.
Cousins the thrower. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line.
You.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. He's back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Will Harris. And he will score. Touchdown, Lions. And so much for the game-winning 2-minute drive. I think that interception return there pretty much seals the deal.
And one thing to keep in mind, in this situation with the score that close, defense isn't backing off and just giving you easy throws. They're playing aggressively as well and end up picking that one off and sealing the deal for themselves.
Here's that.
They do tack on the extra point as well, and his guys will take a 10-point lead.
They say he got fired from his old job.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game.
You always need some
I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. 2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. Now Cousins. That'll be complete to Cook.
Yes.
And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
Me too.
Cousins to throw. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
Well, there's no doubt in my mind that he dreamed of this. How about this for your debut? Second sack in the opener.
Yeah, it's great to get one. That's memorable. Two? Hello.
He dreamed about it. He thought about it. Did he ever expect it to happen? Probably not.
Here's Sam Martin now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And taken right on the 30. He will not go down.
Have to retake those ankles.
A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. They try and run on 1st down, but this one going to lose a couple yards as they get him behind the line. That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And he is going to be stopped here at the line of scrimmage, and time is going to expire in this football game. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, you know, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say preseason football where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guy